hiding in the bushes now. Come on now, hit that like button, share and subscribe now. I know you peeping. Hey, welcome to the home of Black Titanic. How you guys doing today? Welcome. Oh boy, I'm telling you, love and marriage Huntsville is always got something going on. Y'all see? My glasses ain't right. Let me get some for my glasses. Yeah, love and marriage Huntsville always got something going on. Y'all remember what's trending now? Her name is Karsen. Karsen Blue. She's the lady, the young, beautiful girl. She's very pretty to me. Was sitting at the tea party event. And everybody was wondering, who is that lady? And come to find out, it was uncovered that she was the same girl that's been socializing with Arian Curry. Well, good morning, Evil. Evil Uncovered, how are you doing? Miss Johnson, how are you? Grand Rising, everybody. Miss Tracy, Grand Rising to you also. Miss Dion, Grand Rising to you also. Grand Rising to everyone. So there is a petition going around for Letitia now, you guys. I've been waiting on that petition. I don't have it, but I will. Y'all need, if y'all get it, put it in my link. Any petition y'all get, y'all welcome to put it in under that link so my co-hosts can sign it. We need to get those Scots off of there because what Tisha did was blind. She blindsided Melody. Melody said that she had no idea who that young lady was, you guys. And so that was some underhanded stuff. It was pure evil. That goes to show you that Tisha's intent was not pure, that she was not willing to move on. It's in her head that Melody tried to destroy her marriage. It's in her head that Melody tried to pay somebody to come on to talk about her husband infidelity. So what she do? She go get a girl that's affiliated with her ex-husband mistress. That's what she do. Yeah. So today we will watch that video. I come today to talk to you about the Willie Lynch syndrome. That is what a lot of our people suffer with. Back in the day, Willie Lynch was a wealthy plantation owner, you guys. Yeah. And the slaves kept revoking. I don't like to call them slaves. They were prisoners. They were not slaves. So our ancestors was being held prisoner, right? They kept revoking. They kept running away. So Willie Lynch came up with a theory. He said, all of you slave master, if you implement this, you will have a mental slave for the next 300 or 400 years. And I see it. It's to play the light skin against the dark. We call it in our community colorism. In our community, even if you're light skinned, you're beautiful. They don't care what you look like, just as long as you're light skinned. Colorism. It's even play out in the movies back in the day. All you would see is high yellow women. Never see a chocolate woman. It would be just so happy just to see a chocolate woman back in the day as a movie actor, right? Ageism. I'm experiencing a lot of that in these YouTube streets. It's this one blogger that's always uh, dogging my age out. He even went as far as putting a great big old picture up there of me and said, "Look at this old lady. She need always starting stuff. She need to go somewhere and sit down." I even heard him even talk about old people don't even have no business being on the internet. And let me tell y'all something about this ageism. Somebody had to reassure me that this man went between 65 and 75 years old. Y'all know who I'm talking about because he dogged Miss Ann out. I just couldn't believe it. I thought this was an old man. But they kept saying, no, 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 no. This is a young man. That he's not between 65 and 75. But that's your karma over there. You got my picture calling me an old lady. You need to go somewhere and sit down or whatever's on that big old picture of me. When you yourself look older than me, that's your karma. And you don't even realize it. Go look in the mirror, brother. You look like you 65. That would be the youngest I could give you. But this not no shade, but that's your karma. You got ageism. Then they'll play the house Negro against the field Negro. Well, the house Negro was the one that worked in the house. Yeah. We're gonna call them the ones, the Gucci people with the Gucci. Y'all know the name brand people. They worked in the house, and then you had the field Negro that worked out in the field. So that's what the Willie Lynch syndrome is. It's to play our community against each other. And it works. It works. We no longer have chains on our hands and our feet, but we have mental changes. Let me talk about the name brand. You got Gucci, Nike, Hilfiger. Your self-worth is tied up in your slave master children brand. Yeah, you're happy. You don't feel important until you got that Gucci bag or some Gucci on, some Hilfiger on, some Nike tennis shoes. Well, back in the day, they used to take them same names, them brands, take a big old cold shovel and just brand hot iron until our ancestors had their initials on their back. You're my property, John Smith, JS. Put that hot iron on his back and put my initials on the back. Yeah, on the shoulders, on the back, on the thighs, on the leg, on the face. They would take a hot iron. No anesthesia now. Just burn their initials in you, branding you. Well, Willie Lynch worked because today y'all pay thousands and thousands of dollars just to wear your slave master children brand. Whoa. When Destiny went in there in that store, when Stormy went in that store with that name brand, your slave master brand bag, you guys had a fit. Ooh, some of you were saying, I'll take it. I'll take that Gucci bag. Gucci. Name brand, your slave master brand. You gotta pay for his brand this day. That's where your self-worth is tied in. Anyway, grand rising, everybody. And today I gotta do house rules. House rules is that everything on this channel is my opinion. Everything on this channel is allegedly and for entertainment and educational purposes, right? If the music pop up, I have no rights to any music. Miss Shay said production knew exactly who she was. Don't they have to sign a release? Yes. That's one of the reasons why Carlos is in the hot seat. Well, we want to get rid of the producer. This toxic environment for Melody goes on and on and on. And Carlos signs it, you guys. He signs it. This girl let me just go ahead on and play this. I'm going on into my conversation. First, we're going to get the black history out the way. The makings of a slave. That's what I'm going to put up now. Then we're going to talk about this chick. And most of our families. Today we're talking about Brandon. As you notice, this Gucci purse that she has in her hand. According to black people, they were so excited because she had this Gucci purse in her hand, giving it to Destiny. But today, black people are not branded with the heart iron like they do a cow or an animal. They pay for their slave master branding. Let's see what slave branding is. Slave branding. It says that slave branding is the process in which a mark, usually a symbol of ornamental pattern, was burnt into the skin of living slaves with the intention to scar the skin permanently. This was achieved by using hot or very cold branding. In criminal law, branding with a hot iron was a form of punishment by which marking the subjects if they were property or animals, sometimes concurrently with a reduction. Too much background noise. Slave branding. Now look at the mental slave branding right here. Oh, all of my people, they love going by your Gucci's, your Nikes, your Tommy Hilfiger, your whatever. That's a form of mental slavery and a form of the Willie Lynch syndrome. Usually, the slave owner would brand the back, the shoulder, the abdomen, and even the face of a slave. Frederick Douglass described the act as an address he delivered in England on September 1st, 1846. Now, in the year 2023, we pay for our slave master children brand. Yes. As a person tied to a post. Yo, you don't have to tie to a post. Look at her. She can walk freely into the store with her slave master children brand and gives it to her other sister so freely. Like as if it's an honor. It's an honor to be branded by my slave master. And I have to pay plenty of money. So let's get started now. Now the other parts was branded. Laid bare, the iron was then delivered red hot and applied to the quivering flesh, imprinting upon it the name of the monster who claimed the slave. But not just slaves were branded, General Walker said. A white man born in 1790, he was arrested for trying to carry slaves to their freedom. They put SS for slave stealer on his back. Yes, they did.
But seriously, I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue with you. I don't want an issue. issue. No one think it's weird. We weird. If anything, I think we have more in common than we have not.
Yes.
And I promise you, I know what you're talking about, but it ain't what it is. I promise you it's not. If you
Slave Brandon, the Willie Lynch syndrome is now she don't have to be tied to a post. Her back don't have to be whooped. You don't have to put the hot iron on the slaves no more. No, not these black slaves these days. All they got to do is give their white slave master, pay me for my brand. Ooh wee, happy slaves, yeah. So there we have it. We do this, the mental slavery, the making of a mental slave, you guys. The Willie Lynch syndrome is what we suffer from. We got to have that name brand. Our sense of self-worth is tied into our slave master children brand. That Gucci bag, that outfit, that heel figure. It's so many of us will laugh at our brothers and sisters and make fun of them if they don't want to wear their slave master brand. We're going to keep it moving. The making of a mental slave. Today is bad today. The making of a mental slave. Oh boy, let's see what's coming up next, y'all. Well, good grand rising, everybody. Sharon Howell, Queen Snyder. Hey, Queen Snyder. Miss Eda, grand rising. Diane Stephen, Denise Rogers, grand rising. Let's see what this is. I be pulling up the wrong stuff, y'all. Let's see what this is. Might be wrong. Might be wrong. Oh my God, I don't think.
I love the fact that you said when it comes to etiquette is how you make people feel. I've heard a lot. And so, what do you do in that regard when sometimes the stuff that comes out of your mouth isn't the most ladylike?
Just know there's always someone watching you that looks up to you.
I be wanting to tell them it's okay to say what you want.
When we use curse words, that means that we're lacking vocabulary. Like I can't. No, but I'm saying that. Wait a minute. When you're feeling a certain way, if you're feeling a certain way, we use that because we're thinking
No, I really like
it's coming up.
They're my words. I like it. We're not talking about.
So you like it when you were bullying me. You love to cuss older people out. You loved every moment of it.
A shirt. I like that shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's my shirt. And it's like, I'm not,
All I can say is we're representing ourselves, and if that's what represents you, and people know you for that, and that's how you roll, then that's how you roll.
Ain't nothing. Let's go. Bitch, back. That's okay. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on.
That's my dear, y'all.
Bring it on. Hey, we recording the whole building, man.
Well, you guys, I wouldn't. That was the wrong video. That was the wrong video. But anyway, I can say that it took me back in the day when I was not allowed to go into a business, right? Today, our children, this is still part of the Willie Lynch syndrome, although that was the wrong tape I pulled up. That old lady need to be barred from this business. Back in the day, there was a colored sign, there was a white sign only. If we try to patronize white people business, they would take their guns out and go pow, pow, pow. They will sick their dogs on us. I went through all of that. Ban this old lady. Get her away from my business and my establishment. That's what I heard Stormy saying. Oh, it took me all the way back in the 50s and the 60s when that was happening to me only. These people look like me. They look like me. Get that old lady from my business. This old lady that marched in the civil rights movement. This old lady almost had her head bashed down trying to make sure that the next generation be free. This old lady almost had her eye socket knocked out. Just trying to make sure that this next generation is free. You guys can sit here on this internet free. Just free. Don't worry about nothing when most of us has paid the way for you guys. Only to look up for you to say, buy that old lady from that establishment. Yeah, I remember the trees, y'all. Talk about the Willie Lynch syndrome. Them trees. Oh, them trees. Blood just dripping from the trees like teardrops. Well, our ancestors was hung and mutilated on the tree now. All of this, maybe we was trying to vote. Maybe it would be like me trying to enter a business to buy some bread or something for our children. And today I gotta get all over the internet. I got to hear it. Ban that old lady from your business, Stormy. That old lady ain't got no business at your business, Stormy. Then I look over there to the right, the guy coming out of Stormy facility with the dogs. Then they'll go Courtney, get away, you ain't got no business here. Oh, how I was confused. These people look like me. This is 2023 and no longer do my slave master has to treat me like that. It have been internalized with our children. The Willie Lynch syndrome, telling this grandmama that fought so hard for you guys, still with boots on the ground up until 2021, that she don't belong. She don't belong. This old lady don't belong on the internet. Ageism. That's the Willie Lynch syndrome. Play the young folks against the old people. Ageism. I don't belong, they say. Yeah. Let me go. I wouldn't intend to bring that out, but that's still part of Willie Lynch syndrome, to ban your own people from your business. Yeah. All right, let me see if I can find a video I'm trying to get you guys. I guess I erased it. Oh, I need to quit erasing shit. Pay for brand. That video didn't show. Oh, here it is. Well, anyway, hey, Miss Toffee Maker. Dennis Ranger, you're a soldier, Black Titanic. That mess they tried to pull selling wolf tickets is garbage. They will never succeed. All of my people suffer from the Willie Lynch syndrome. It's a form of mental slavery. I remember as little girls growing up, they would have colors only, whites only over here. And as I tried to go into a business establishment, they would shoot at me, cuss me, and run me away. Much like what just happened to me with Stormy business. Then I hear all over the internet that I shouldn't go to this place of business. A Black person saying that they're selling products, and you guys, my black race, says, I can't go to this business. Oh, do I remember? Do I remember getting shot at? Yeah, threatened like Stormy did me. Dog sicked on me like that guy come out the door with his dog. Let's just say many of you suffer from the Willie Lynch syndrome.
To hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on notifications so that you never miss a new video. Let's get started. William Willie.
Oh, how do I know what the Willie Lynch syndrome is? This is coming from last teacher say, who is Willie Lynch? The making of a slave. Now, I just can see all the slave mentality when that incident when I went to Stormy's. Oh, how I remember back in the day when it says colored on one side only, whites on one side only. Oh, how my psychic is keep hearing ringing in my voice. You can't go to that business all over the internet. Some of you are saying she ain't got no business going to that business. Then there's Stormy. Get the out of my business before I do something to you. I remember being threatened like that by the white supremacists. Oh, but you don't have to be threatened. They don't threaten you no more. It's your own people that develop the Willie Lynch syndrome, the making of a slave mentally. Well, now you can look at your brothers and say, oh, no, you ain't got no business being in that business. Sounding like that white supremacist. Let's go see so y'all can understand what the making of the slave mentally
was purportedly a white slave owner in the West Indies who was summoned to Virginia in 1712 due to slave revolts in the area. Because of his reputation as an authoritarian and strict slave master, he was perceived as the person best suited to help quash the uprisings. Legend has it that Lynch stood on the banks of the James River in Virginia and delivered a speech to fellow slave owners in which he gave advice on how they can solve their slave problems. According to him, the secret to controlling black slaves was to set them against one another, taking advantage of their differences to promote conflict among them. This method, he said, would ensure that the slaves would be controlled for at least 300 more years. Part of Lynch's speech read, I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves, and I take these differences and make them bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy for control purposes. These methods have worked on my modest plantation in the West Indies.
Yes, that's what Stormy says. Well, I feared for my life for that old black woman coming up here to my establishment. Yeah, and so the Willie Lynch syndrome is all over the internet. She had no business going to that business, but oh, did I see that colored only sign? But now I'm confused because these are colored people that I am trying to patronize. The making of a slave. Fear, turning them against each other. The making of a slave when they will sick the dogs on you for trying to come to their business. The mental makings of a slave now, they are the people that look like you and me that's now coming outside with dogs. You ain't got no business going to that girl business. She got a business now. And it's not unusual that you can go purchase product from a warehouse. But with my people lack of understanding with their slave mentality, they often mimic their slave master's children. She ain't got no business at this woman's business.
And it will work throughout the South. Lynch went on to say that he exploited the age and color of slaves, using these attributes to sow.
Let's talk about the ageism that's going around on the internet. She too old. Yes. And then Stormy said, she too old. Then there's a guy that's on there. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't mean to insult the guy, but he got my face front and center. She too old. She's starting stuff again with her old self. I even heard him say, old people ain't got no business being on the internet or bloggers. But
Hey,
then
Janae.
I am confused. Because when I look at this blogger, I thought he was maybe between 65 and 70. People reassured me, no, he's a young man, he's a young man. No, I just can't believe it. But they say he's a young man, but see, that's his karma. He walking around here looking like a 65 to 75-year-old man, but he always criticizing the elderly. Oh, how karma had hit him. If only he knew that he looked like he was 65 and 70 and got a slave mentality. Oh, that old woman, he said, got my picture up there. Then another blogger, he attacked her. Old people ain't got no business being bloggers on the internet. Ageism is another way, a form of mental slavery. Oh, the Willie Lick syndrome, how that they were going to be able to control these people. Ageism is one.
Discord among them. To outline this method, he said, don't forget, you must pitch the old black male versus the young black male, and the young black male against the old black male. You must use the dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves, and the...
Yes, colorism, that's a big one in our community. Colorism is another way that it's a Willie Lynch syndrome. The makings of a slave. Yeah, colorism.
The light-skinned slaves versus the dark-skinned slaves. You must use the female versus the male, and the male versus the female.
Sexism, such as what Carlos came to me, he got a lot of sexism going on. All of his videos of all his shows creation, he failed to protect black women. Melody Hopes is being bullied on this man's show, but he don't seem to care because this is a woman. Sexism, females against. These are part of the Willie Lynch syndrome. And it's working, my people. You see this man right here with chains on his arm. We don't have chains on our arm or chains on our feet anymore. We have mental chains on our brain. She's too old. Get away from my business, before I call the police on you. Get away from my business before I take something out and go pow, pow. Get away from my business before I call the slave patrol on you. Oh, she too old. She don't have no business being on the internet. Oh, yes. Almost everybody on the internet. Oh, yeah, that old lady ain't got no business going to her business. Oh, how I remember those signs, colored people only, whites only. But this time, I'm watching the Willie Lynch control mechanism, and I'm confused. These are colored people, African people that look like me, telling me, you don't belong here, all on the internet. You don't belong there. Are you too old?
You must also have white servants and overseers who distrust all blacks. But it is necessary that your slaves trust and depend on us. They must...
Yes. What if I was a big-time reporter? A white reporter? No. I would never be met with all those threats and telling me, get away, don't come on my property, you old black woman. You old bare mouth black woman, don't come to my business. If I would have been a white one, or whether I was a young one or old one, I would have been received. I would have been welcome. Yes, I do know that. Because we see it all the time. It don't matter what age they are. They welcome simply because they are white. You're suffering from the Willie Lynch syndrome, the making of a mental slave.
Love, respect, and trust only us. The full text of this speech was first published sometime in 1970, entitled The Making of a Slave. However, widespread awareness of it only came during the Million Man March in October 1995, when Louis Farrakhan, a renowned religious leader and political activist, quoted a few parts of it to emphasize the lingering effects of slavery in the United States. In particular, he said, "We as a people now have been fractured, divided, and destroyed, filled with fear, distrust, and envy. Therefore, because of fear, envy, and distrust of one another, many of us as leaders, teachers, educators, pastors, and persons are still under the control mechanism of our former slave masters and their children." The making of a slave is certainly impactful and
Yes, the making of a slave. So now our slave master children is controlling us. Well, see, the slave master children is very, very intelligent. He charges you now for his brand. He charges you thousands of dollars for his Gucci brand. The slave master children don't have to take a piece of iron and put his brand on you. He charges you now for them Nike's tennis shoes. You are a slave, a mental slave. Get off of my property. I'm bringing the dogs out on you. I'm bringing the pow-pow on you. Oh, that old woman don't belong. Ageism, sexism, fear, mistrust. Yeah, the making of a slave. Who is Willie Lynch? Willie Lynch was smart. Yeah, he said all we have to do is pit these black people against each other. You turn the light skin against the dark skin. You turn the old one against the young one. Yeah, you let the ones that go in the house and cook for you, and the other one has to go in the field. That's the field Negro versus the house Negro, and they don't trust each other. They're divided. Yeah, but only I can trust my slave master children. I can trust my slave master children because had it been black Titanic, would have been white. This would have never happened. That girl would have welcomed me with open arms. I could have been CBS News. She would have opened me up with welcome arms, and nobody on this internet would have been saying, "Oh, she don't belong there. She don't belong." How do I remember those days when they were sicking the dogs on us, when they were shooting at us, when they were beating us upside the head, when they would set you on fire, when they take a rope and they named it after Willie Lynch and lynch you for just trying to patronize a business. Who is Willie Lynch? The making of a slave. That's my people. Because you see, destiny is standing up there in her door. And Stormy gonna walk in there with who? Her slave master brand. Yes, her slave master brand. And yeah, and everybody on the internet. Oh yeah, that expensive brand, they have it. You see, yeah, I don't have to burn you with the hot iron no more. I am your slave master children. You're gonna have to pay for my brand and the joy in my people's heart when they say that I can pay for this white man's brand. Gucci, Tommy Hilfiger, Nikes, and go on and on and on. Long as I got they brand, I'm somebody. Well, I recognize the Willie Lynch syndrome in most of our families. Today we're talking about Brandon. As you notice, this Gucci purse that she has in her hand. According to black people, they were so excited because she had this Gucci purse in her hand, giving it to Destiny. But and the one that work in the field, yes, all of this is part of the Willie Lynch syndrome, much like you do now. Gucci. Let's talk about that brand. Uh, 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 Gucci. So I'm met with that all the time, as you can see. All of you were so happy and so joyful that this girl would give Destiny a Gucci purse. Name brand. Your ancestors' children. Your slave master children. You so happy. You guys was happy because she was giving her your slave master brand. And then on top of it, you have to pay. They make you pay now for their brand, the slave master children. Yeah, I heard one to say over there that we Gucci over here. Y'all poor. We Gucci over here. Yeah, she is saying that, I got my slave master brand internalized. So my self-worth is wearing my slave master brand. Then you got the Tommy Hilfiger and you got those Nike. Oh, Nike has made a joke out of you guys. Allegedly, Nike wasn't hiring any blacks. He said y'all was not good enough to work in his factory. Yet you guys still made Nike rich. It didn't matter whether Nike was racist or not and used those racist statements. And then later on, since that suit came, what did he do? He used the basketball players. Yeah, that even boosted up his sales even more. Racial abuse throughout our lives. You look back at your ancestor and you say, I don't ever want to be like that. We're not like our ancestors. We're not like our ancestors. Well, you people disgust me with your name brand. Yes, I said it. Our ancestors had to be branded. You said take a hot oil, oil. They would use oil on their back, and then take and put that hot iron on your back to brand you that you were their property. Now Gucci come out. You excited. Your self-worth is that you have all this money to pay your slave master children for abusing your ancestor now. So now I can walk around proudly with Gucci and Tommy Hilfiger and Nike. I can walk around here proud. That's who my self-worth is tied in. Mental internalization that you're nobody unless you've been branded or wearing your slave master brand. I want to learn something today. I want to learn, why is it that you feel like you're not important unless you branded? Wearing this Gucci brand, the Tom Hilfiger brand, the Nike brand, and so on and on and on. Racism. Racism still exists. You still want to walk around with your Gucci bag and and your Tommy Hilfiger and your Nike, and you just experience extreme racism. Yes, it's vile, it's vulgar that your ancestor was branded with a hot iron on their back. But what's even vulgar today is that you guys pay for it. Thousands of dollars to be branded. And what's even vulgar today is that you hate on your brothers for not even want to be branded, for not even having on your slave master brand. You make fun of them. That's what you do. I'm impacted emotionally and mentally. It impacts me every time I hear someone say, "Ooh, I got a Gucci bag." Oh, name brand, mentally. You have normalized this branded mentally. You have gotten away with what your ancestors went through with putting that hot iron on their back as being branded to what? Paying for the brand. Praying to be branded by your white ancestor children. For once, you don't feel like you fit in unless you branded by your slave master children. Having to grow up and see these branded on my ancestor back. A boy, Miss SB, that was the slave owner, first and last name. GHC, this slave master got his first, middle, and last name. Yeah, but today, you guys are happy. Oh, it's obviously that you're so happy. Oh, to be branded by your slave master children. Oh, you have internalized that this is where your self-worth is at. You have internalized that you're wealthy because you is branded by your slave master children and you walk around proud. Yeah, branded. I'm branded. I'm branded. That's where my self-worth is at. I'm going to make fun of my brothers and my sister because they don't have their slave master children branded internally, mentally, like I do. In the words of one, we Gucci over here. We Gucci over here. Yeah, that's what she say. Mental branding. Yeah, that hits home, you guys. And then what we do, we pass all this down to our children. We pass this mental branding down to our children. Our children internalize that their self-worth is don't mean anything unless they got their slave master children brand on them. Some kids will not wear no clothes unless they got their slave master brand on. We're gonna move it on along now. We're gonna go into love and marriage. I get ready to say love and hip hop. Oh, move it on along, you guys. This almost brings tears to my eyes to see you young people like that. Bring tears to my eyes. It really do. All right, here's the next video. This is Tay Talk.
Networking. I put it on there. Y'all, I'm about to move my company down to Huntsville. I'm getting ready to move. You know what I'm saying? Yada, yada, yada. Y'all know any people that live down there? This is the type of stuff that I'm saying. She comes on there. Oh my goodness, I think you'll do very well here. My best friend just moved to New York. She's a hairstylist. I've been looking for a new hairstylist. Oh, me seeing this ain't got nothing to do with the show. I don't even know this girl or anybody on the show. Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, you live there? That's what's up. How do you like it there? What do you guys have going on? Blah, 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 blah. She does not come out and say right then and there, yeah, I'm the mistress of such and such. That's not how that worked. Me and her only probably knew each other. And I'm not going to say knew each other. But me and her probably only communicated. Our first communication was, because I have the message, August 25th. Oh, it's in this phone. I can't go to it because it'll block y'all off. Our first communication was August something, like the end of August. And our last communication was directly August 25th. So at the end of the day, my thing is just ask. Y'all trying to create this theory. Y'all trying to, then it's just like, y'all kept bringing Stormy up. Stormy. Why would Stormy have to ask Tisha to bring me? If I don't even do Stormy's hair, I did Tisha's hair. I was cool with Tisha. Let me go ahead and see who. Let me go live with the Tay Talk girl really quickly. Hold on. I'm accepting it. I don't know what is. I keep pressing accept. I don't know.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
So you listened to my whole video.
Absolutely.
And you thought that I said that you had a botched butt.
Right.
It looks botched to me. Okay, that's
Okay.
all I said about your butt.
You said
I didn't say anything
no. That's not
about
what
your
you
kid.
said. You said your kids didn't want to be seen with you. There's other people
I
on
don't
here.
just say I'm saying. You know that shit is a damn joking around.
No, I don't
Don't play around.
I don't.
That's
no,
like
I
you
don't,
talking all
I
this
don't
shit
know
about
anything.
you being threatened and all that type of shit. If somebody was
So you don't
threatening me and my kids, I would be thinking too, yeah, pull the fuck up. But I wouldn't think that shit was fucking funny. I wouldn't think that shit was funny.
So did you or did you not see it? Did you go look for it before you said nobody actually said it? Because it's still on there. Or did you just say nobody threatened you? Did you just think I would just make it up as if you can't see it yourself? Is the point that I'm at. You're gonna have to get better Wi-Fi, sweetheart, because it's blanking out. She can come back. I don't know how do you X somebody off? Oh, she hung up. Oh, well, it's, bro, if I press this X, is it going to X the whole live off? I don't even know how to work this live, y'all. Listen, Quila, she can't check me. She can't check me because now I was just playing. I was just saying this. I was just saying that. No, you said what you said. If you're a blogger, report the story and say what you got to say. Now, if I came on here and say, your wig look botched, your face look botched, them lashes you got look like you got. Oh, Lord, let me stop. Here we go. She want to come back. I'm accepting it. Yeah.
Baby girl, that's not it. That's not it. Guess what? My ass don't look botched.
Okay. Guess what? I have a
ass
husband.
don't look fucking botched. My wig don't look
motherfucking
motherfucking botched, bitch. I can go put some curls in my chick in a minute any damn way. It
Look,
don't matter.
Baby,
It don't
that
matter.
lace,
And
we
for
see your whole lace
what's
on your
her name?
forehead.
What's her name?
We see your whole lace on your
I don't
forehead,
give
baby. It's fine.
a fuck.
Okay, well, we can tell you something.
You can see the shit right here.
We can tell you don't give a fuck,
fine.
and I would never come on social media looking like that.
It's
You look a
fine.
mess.
It's
You look a
fine.
mess.
It's
You look a
fine.
mess, honey.
It's fine.
Oh, look,
It's fine. Let's
your face
talk about your bystander.
Okay,
Because
well,
guess what? I can go put another wig on and
melt.
melt that motherfucking lace.
Well, why would
I
you
can
come
go do that and melt my motherfucking lace because I wasn't planning on coming on this bitch.
Oh, wait a
I can
minute.
go get another wig.
We
Why
got the
you
opinion
butt
of
her?
you standing
Why
up
you
on-
butt
you
her?
got
You
all these
came
people
on the motherfucking
saying,
show.
"Lord, you fired."
And now you on some fake and fugazi shit, so it's given that you got some shit to fucking hide. That's what the fuck I do on motherfucking YouTube since you watch my show so damn bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, baby? I can't argue.
What? Guess
You're
what?
right. You're right.
Oh, now you don't want to argue, but you want to take
I
everything I
already
said and turn it around. You want to take everything I said and turn it around.
I took what you said and turned around. I said exactly what you said. How it turned around.
That's not exactly what I said.
Mean?
That's not exactly what I said.
All right, listen. We watched your we watched your
Who is
vlog.
we?
The people who watched it.
Right.
Other people, you clearly saw that other people on here watched it. Did you not?
No, did I
You was in here.
not what?
So you saw
Did
that.
I not what? Did I
Huh? We
not what?
watched it. You were very biased and one-sided.
The end?
You had a lot to say.
It's my page. You have a page too. Go on there and you be biased on your shit.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm
Go
not
on your page and you be biased or unbiased on yours. On my page, sometimes I'm biased, sometimes I'm not.
Okay. Well, there we go. Everybody, my boss ass, by her opinion, is so horrible. Everything about me is horrible. My kids shouldn't even want to be seen with me in public. All right.
Why would you take that to heart? Why the fuck would you take that to heart?
Why the fuck would you say it?
Why would you take that to heart? Because if you watch my page, you know I talk shit.
I don't watch your page.
I don't mean shit. You was watching it today. How did you even know I was going live about it? I mean, how did you know I was putting in a video about it?
Someone sent the link. Matter of fact, let me show you. Because I have Instagram on both my.
Y'all know, I just want to say something about this girl pretend like she's not about drama, but that's the one thing that she told Arian, that they needed her for the drama. That show wouldn't be good without Arian. Also, she claims she did not know up to the extent of the shade, or what you call the scandal that was going on between Arian. That's why you got online. Y'all, they were dragging Arian. They were eating her up in those comments on that live. She knew every bit of what was going on. Why would you move from a big old city like Detroit to come down here to a little bitty old city like Huntsville to think your career gonna boost off? Now, y'all know, put this together, Carlos from up there, Masu and Maurice, all them from the Detroit area. I think Maurice now.
Thanks for the cash.
But anyway, this girl knew what she was doing. And what she said she can't mention, allegedly, someone said that she told them that Arian asked to have a threesome. This is allegedly now, with her and Martell. These are the kind of stuff that Arian do to keep Martell coming back.
Oh, just so you see, I don't never have to make up a lie. Someone sent. Is this you right here? Someone sent me the link directly to my my DM. This is the same page. I'm just on 2 different phones. So they sent the link and said, "This girl is talking about you. Go look, Karsen." So I did. I heard. It wasn't anything correct. So it just is what it is. Oh. And at the end of the day, let me just say this for you. Yes. So like you said, my ass is botched to you. This, that, and the third. I do have a husband that
you got one, right?
He loves it. No complaint.
I don't give a fuck about the box. I just mentioned it in my damn video.
Okay. You mentioned a lot. You mentioned a lot that had nothing to do with nothing that's going on. And like I said, at the end of the day,
I gave
the whole time.
commentary as I read your fucking post. I said jokes as I read your post.
Okay. So like I said, you didn't see anyone threaten me. Y'all millimeters. You didn't see that.
First of all, I didn't say no one threatened you. I said, why the fuck would
Specifically
you
said
laugh?
nobody threatened you.
I said, why would you laugh? I said, here you go using buzzwords, trigger words.
Someone threatening to pop up at your house, that's a buzzword.
Why you didn't go back up on their motherfucking asses? I don't give a fuck about that shit. If somebody can pull up on your house, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? If they pull up at your house, what you gonna do? You gonna sit there and fucking laugh? Because if somebody threatened me or my motherfucking kids, I'm not gonna laugh about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we not each
It
other.
ain't funny. Right, exactly. So just like what you said, what you wouldn't say, or how I should, don't tell me how to run my shit.
Okay.
Because like I said,
well,
you have a YouTube page. So you go on your YouTube page and say what you gotta say about you trying to explain your damn self.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for talking about me. Bye.
You're welcome.
All right. Go ahead.
Right.
That's all. So it was nice hearing from the blogger.
Wednesday Talk.
Wednesday Talk.
They know me.
Go check it out. It should be like they don't, because you only have
They
like
do.
15 people on there.
They do. I have more than you got on this motherfucker right here.
You a lie.
I have more than you had on this motherfucker right here. Check my number. Check my number. Check my number. You on 15 people live. So now you can't count either. Now you can't count either.
Okay.
Now you can't count either. I had more than 15 people waiting to come in my shit.
We thought you had 15.
Yeah. I had 15 or 25 people waiting before I even premiered this shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Over half of these people that tune in is Melody fans. They tune in to see what was up with you, young lady.
Like I said, I have more than you got on here right now. And you probably only got the one on here now because I'm on this motherfucker.
Sure
Well,
is.
My motherfucking lady on it.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
X off so they don't have to see your latest feed and let your followers go.
Congratulations.
That's the day.
Congratulations.
If they on here for you, let your followers go with you.
Hello.
Go ahead and X off.
Hello, y'all. Oh, I don't know how to get off either.
You gotta press the X. So anywho, yeah. Pretty Brown Eyes. She is a blogger who just went live, and you can still go watch it. You can go watch it because it was just live. At the end of the day, it's funny. She like, you're trying to turn around what I'm saying. No, I'm saying exactly what you said. Now I was joking when I said, okay. All right, babe. My wig is spotched. I can melt this wig down right now. Your ass is spotched. Okay, well, I mean, my ass isn't for the world. It's for my man of 16 years with the 4 kids. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I want some yes, bye, space. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's not even the part that even annoyed me, because I don't care. Like, people gonna have their opinion about you. Me particularly, I don't believe in belittling women or things of that nature, or trying to down a woman. Regardless, like, that really was just even out of the character of me to talk about her wig, regardless of how it looked, or her face, regardless of how it looked. And then she's like, you know me, you know my page. No, if no one sent it to me, I would have never known. I would have never known at all. So anyhow, please hang up on that eyesore. But like I was saying, though, the other bloggers, Car, do another wig giveaway and send it to her. Right.
So this girl is a stripper.
Right? This one's on me, babe. This one's on me. Thank you, Keyed Rock. How do you think males feel knowing you once affiliated with Ari? Nope, I don't. 20, 80, 80, 33, 33, 33. Sorry, I don't. I used to. I don't know how Mel would feel. You would probably have to ask her. I don't know. I'll ask her and see, but I you will probably have to ask her yourself. If you are a fan of Mel, she might respond to you. You would have to go ask her. She obviously does talk about people, kids, reviews. She really got free promo. So what was your purpose?
So now we bring the strippers on
I was
the
invited.
show.
Yeah.
Not
I was
entrepreneur,
invited.
but
It was
strippers
the party
on the
was
show.
intended to teach each other how to talk to each other effectively, and apparently Tisha wanted me to learn to talk without so much attitude. I guess I don't know, but yeah. Why did you go? Why did I go? What type of question is that? You're invited to something. If I invite you to something, you can come. Okay. It's on OWN Network for all y'all who keep saying, where is the show on? It's on OWN Network. And that's the thing, like people like that blogger, she thinks in her mind that like majority, like the whole world knows about this show and knows about their problems and knows about everything. Ariana is very triggering. Anything associated with her, people feel they have the same intentions. So Anthony Lofty's request to go on his platform. Please go to Anthony Lofty's request. Is he requesting? Okay. I just accepted it. That's what I'm trying to tell them. Like y'all see how y'all saying all of us Detroit people in here lost? That's what
How are you?
Hello, how are you doing?
I am good. So, I'm not here to attack you, anything in that nature, but just have a civil conversation, okay?
And as long as you're here for that, yeah. I'm cool with that. Like, I really don't have any problems with answering any questions that I can answer.
Gotcha. So, I know everything's been going on. Everybody been coming at you, saying you Ariana friend or whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel with Letitia asking you to go to the tea party, that it could have been a possibility that maybe you walked into something you probably, let's just say you knew absolutely nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Tisha, even though she knew that you had any type of dealing with Ariana, that it could have been a possibility that something could have happened in the social media world, that maybe that's why it was like ulterior motive for her to bring you along? Do you feel that?
I'm gonna be honest, just because I know that Tisha and Mel are on much better terms. I do not think that Tisha had any ill intent whatsoever. And the only reason why I say that is because, just so I can give y'all the breakdown, or I'm gonna give you the breakdown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ariana and I had not spoken since October 25th of 2021. Okay. I met Tisha in July 5th of 2022. That's when I did her first hair for her interview. And then I also did her hair for the reunion, which that was October 21st, because it was on my son's birthday. Nobody had never, Tisha had been on my page several times, plenty of times. No fake page, no nothing had ever brought up Ariana. Mm-hmm. Then one day on September 19th,
well, it's Tisha on your page because you're friends with Ari.
Said, aren't you Ariana's friend? And weren't you all on live with Ariana talking about Letitia and them? How did you weasel your way into doing Tisha's hair? That was September 19th. So I responded back to that because I'm like, one, no, I have never been online talking bad about anyone. You get what I'm saying? But then I said, hold up. Nobody even knew that I knew Ariana because, mind you, I was coming from Detroit, okay? I only knew Ariana for a period of maybe 2.5 months, if that. Majority of our communication was on social media, on my old page that got deleted. So me and Ariana don't even really know each other. And then I do get when people was like, well, y'all called each other friends in the live. I'm gonna be real with you. I was just following suit because that's how Ariane talks. Like, I don't know if that was like the Southern girl hospitality thing to do, but she said that. Like, she literally be like, friend. Like, she said that. And I was like, and the only time I even said it, I was like, oh no, I'm not talking about you, friend. I'm talking about the other Southern girl. She was following me. I followed her back. When I saw that she was following me, I followed her back. Mind you, still not knowing that she's anyone's mistress. I'm from Detroit. We're not knowing about their show scandal or anything. Ariane is sending me encouraging words and messages when I'm announcing that I'm moving to Huntsville, Alabama. She let me know, which I done said this. She's like, oh, I think you're gonna do very well here. My best friend, she was a hairstylist here. She just moved to New York, and she was like, I'm looking for a new hairstylist. So instantly, what does that put me in as a hairstylist? I'm in networking mode. Yeah. This girl is not bringing me drama. This girl is not telling me I'm a mistress of a man on TV. Like, she's not doing that. She's not talking bad about herself or her life on social media. You get what I'm saying? And again, I do not know her. I do not know these cast members at the time. These cast members.
Hey, y'all, when she was on that live with Arian, that's when Arian was pissed off because Carlos wouldn't let her on TV. And all those comments about their relationship was in that live that she was on.
At the time. So I come down here and I'm announcing, like, I'm looking for my house, yada, yada, yada. And she was like, oh, I'm going to show you around. She showed me a little spot, a little bar and grill. We bought a beer. I had to leave because I had to catch a flight. That's the only time I ever seen her. She did inform me, though, like, I just want to let you know something. I am part of, like, a scandal, and I just wanted to tell you because I know you have a husband. I don't want you thinking I'm that way. Mm-hmm. I also said on my page, the way Ariane gave me the story, I did feel bad for her. She told me she was very young and that she was manipulated and she didn't know that he had a wife, blah, they sleep. Until things that transpired after that, like all her stories, they contradict what she said back then. She seemed very remorseful. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, again, I am a hairstylist, I am an entrepreneur, and I'm moving to a new town. None of that is my business. Mm-hmm. If I be blatantly honest with y'all, I do not give a care. I'm not even going to say the F word. I don't care. I give her some encouraging words. I'm like, damn, older guys do target younger females. You will be okay. Things happen. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal. She was like, well, my boyfriend is on TV. I'm like, oh, who is he? I go check it out. I watch season 1. I hear them talking about her. Well, not about her. I don't know if they're talking about her for certain. They're not saying her name. They never mentioned her name in season 1. I just saw the dialogue of Mel and her husband at that time going back and forth. And then I'm like, oh, wow, you really are in a scandal. All I really had was her word that she is the mistress. You get what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. With you saying all of that right there, mm-hmm. Do you feel that Tisha probably could have had an agenda to have you there?
And the reason why I say no is because...
So this girl upset with Tay about mentioning her kids, but she hanging out with Tisha and one of her drag and melody kids.
Tisha is privy to the information that I have not said as to why I cut all communication with Ariane.
But also, but me not trying to be biased, but I also look at it as with her knowing that information, she also could know that things could transpire with you coming on here. Because I'm gonna say this, and I can't speak for everyone, but I do apologize if you got threats with your family and children like that. Mm-hmm. It's not that type of thing. So no one should be attacking your children and your family like that, okay? Mm-hmm. But it just seemed like the way it's set up and how everybody knows the dynamic between Tisha and Mel and the cast, from the outside looking in, it looked like she kind of did set you up, knowing that past could probably come up. And now you're basically looking like, I'm blindsided now. Why are these people coming at me? When knowing that there was a possibility of you being on live with Ariane, they're going to bring up old stuff. So now it's making it look like you, like she had out there wanted to bring you there. So I just wanted to, like, can you kind of see it from that?
No, this is what I'm gonna say. I can see it. I can see it from a viewer's standpoint of y'all watching the show. But because you guys are not behind the scenes on things that are actually transpiring and going on, that's the only reason why I'm saying where I know for sure or certain that Tisha really didn't have any ill intent. However, I can't say that Tisha didn't know that this could be possible drama. I can't say like she didn't know. I can't just be like, oh no, Tisha didn't know that it wouldn't be any drama. You get what I'm saying? But I will say, do I think she thought it? No, I really don't think she did. I think she looked at it as we had never had. Tisha's been on my page. I've been on Tisha.
Tisha went live. She was upset with Mel. She thought that she said Mel was trying to pay some lady that supposedly be messing around with her husband to be on the show. So why can't she extend the same courtesy to Mel, you, and Coleslaw buddies?
So even like when the other person was thinking that it might have been Stormy who had me come on, it didn't make any sense. Because I'm like, if y'all go on my page right now, Tisha's still on my page. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just feel like I see how it looks, but I'm coming with the most honest. Like, I don't know how to be no more blunt or honest. It's just a matter of me moving to Huntsville. All y'all are seeing is this little clip on YouTube of Ariane and I talking on live. You get what I'm saying? But if y'all really go back and listen and pay attention to what's going on, you clearly see we really didn't know each other. Because I'm even on there reading the comments like, damn, they saying that they was mentioning your name. And I'm like, oh, I ain't here to mention your name. Like, I'm saying this thing. You get what I'm saying? I even said on there, I saw season 1. I just checked out season 1. So I'm reading the comment and I'm literally answering as far as that. So
is that the only season that you saw?
Well, now I've seen more seasons. I mean, now I've had to see more seasons. But I'm talking about at that time that you all saw that video, I wasn't even in Huntsville yet. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So the show, I don't even think the show was even like, I'm gonna be real with you. When I went and looked at their like who some of these people were back then after checking out their stuff, none of them even had like a real following on Instagram. Yeah, like some of them only had like a few hundred, a couple thousand. Mel might have had the biggest, but it still wasn't even, I don't even think hers at that time was even like 10,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? I had 140,000 followers, so I'm just looking like it's not that big of a deal. Like, I'm not even really in tune to what's really going on. Now, I will say this. I reached out to the whole cast, because somebody asked me earlier, why did you reach out to the cast mates? I'm a hairstylist in Huntsville, moving to Huntsville, Alabama. I reached out to the entire cast, and I want to say it might have been around Valentine's Day. And I just was letting them know, hey, y'all, I'm in town. If any of y'all need my services, let me know. At that time, none of them have responded. I sent that to Kimmy, Tisha, and Melody. Those were the 3 that I initially sent that to. I winded up meeting Tisha in person. You get what I'm saying? At Black. Her husband is actually the one who set it up with me for me to do her hair. So that's what I'm saying. So Tisha didn't have, it's not like Tisha had any knowledge of that. And then this is the crazy part. When that page wrote that, I came to Tisha and I was like, hold on, I just want to show you this, that, and the third. I'm just showing her. I'm not saying what I showed her, but I was showing her things. And I was like, this is what transpired. Blase, speak, blase, speak. I just want to let you know because I was cool with that girl. You know what I'm saying? She was cool. We are not friends. And she was just like, stay out of it. Don't get involved. Leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't talk. Y'all ain't talked in a year. What's the point of even talking about it now? So I will say that Tisha did advise me not to even talk about it. She just like, don't give it any energy because me and that girl had not communicated.
Wow.
Look at this. Look at this. Queen Shabir saying you protecting Tisha way too much. That's that. And like, these are the comments that are mind-boggling to me.
Yep. Let me say this because I blog on YouTube, and I actually do know a lot about the stuff behind the scenes. If you actually look at my page, and that's only
I'm gonna check your page out.
Honestly, with the way the show is going and the way the Scots operate, it would seem like it was a setup. In my opinion, okay, that's my opinion. Mm-hmm. Now I get you trying to say, look, it wasn't like that or whatever, but from the things that I do know about the Scott family, and I haven't even put out a lot, okay? Mm-hmm. But it's the things.
Okay, you guys, that's it. Oh, Pretty Brown Eyes, come back. Come back. Pretty Brown Eyes, come back. But if you come back, Pretty Brown Eyes. Now, if you're listening, Pretty Brown Eyes, if you're listening, I saw that I was looking at those texts underneath. It was another Pretty Brown Eyes that's a friend of hers, but she has some numbers on the end of her. I saw that she had Pretty Brown Eyes. It was underscore, and she had some numbers at the end. She was talking to her friend. So Pretty Brown Eyes, come back. Come back. I'm sorry. I was trying to wait till the video had played. Oh, Miss Nas said, I'm finna throw y'all a link. Anybody want to come? Please come back. Come up, you guys. Okay. I'm putting a link out here. You guys come up. Oh, she back. Thanks for coming back, Pretty Brown Eyes. Yeah. I saw that other girl. I said I thought it was Pretty Brown Eyes.
Yeah.
Hey,
how you doing, Auntie Oma? How are
hey,
you?
I'm good.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
Oh yeah, excellent.
Okay. Well, let me step out because I'm at work. That's why I was like, oh.
Oh, okay. I'm
No. It's okay.
sorry.
It's okay. I can step out.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Well, the only thing that I wanted to add was, that's not me. I'm not a blogger. I'm always on the different panels. And I think it's not even I had a run in with that particular person, Pretty Brown Eyes. She has a
Yeah.
number behind it, but I can't remember if it was either 72 or 82, something like that. But we were in.
It was an 8. I can't remember when,
Well,
but
it was
behind
it's 82. Well,
uh-huh.
anyway, we were in a chat, and she blocked me because it was like she has my same exact name, and of all the names that you can pick, why pick the same thing? That's just like me putting Black Titanic 22. You know what I mean? So I just thought that was odd. And then when we were in the chat talking, they were acknowledging both of us saying Pretty Brown Eyes, and
You went out. I don't know if it's because of the plane on my head or what.
then out of different Patreons. So whoever that is somebody who is paying to come in and get the information. So it's not me. That's all I wanted to just really stress. And as far as you, I wasn't able to come up when all that stuff had went down with you and Stormy. So again, you didn't deserve that. I'm glad that it's over with, and you're not, you didn't really take it to heart, but everybody loves you and appreciates all of the groundwork that you actually go out there and put in. So don't ever give up. They're only mad because you're telling the truth. They don't want to, show the truth. So with that being said, I just wanted to just come up and give you your flowers and tell you thank you for everything that you are doing. It is appreciated, and everyone does have much respect and love for you, and appreciates all that you do down there in Huntsville. You got them
Thank
on their
you.
toes now, so you got them on their toes, Auntie Oma. You got them on their toes.
Yeah.
And this latest stunt, what they're doing with Coleslaw's friend, I have no doubt that they are still probably in communications, and I feel that they were closer than what she's saying, because there's other YouTubers that are showing her at Coleslaw's house in pajamas dancing, them at different events together, like a comedy show, and other things. So she's not being
Yeah.
100% truthful. So I
I
don't really
saw
know.
her dance with Miss Wanda. I saw her dance
Yeah,
with Miss Wanda.
yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that too at the reunion. So
Hmm.
as much as Wanda and Tisha and Stormy and all of them and Destiny talk about Mel, there's no way she doesn't know how those people felt about Mel, especially back at the time when the reunion was filming. Because I remember it was reported they were all out there together, and Melody walked past them, and they was like, "Oh, Mel, do you want to come take a picture with the cast?" And she didn't even look back, she just walked on out and left them standing there. So she's leaving them, paying them dust. She's protecting her peace and not really following up on the foolishness. And she's not. We have to give Melody a lot of credit for being smart. I'm pretty sure she's protecting herself and protecting her energy when it comes to meeting new people anyway, for that same reason.
Hmm.
Remember, Auntie Oma, when she said that, you know, she's dealing with and gonna use the same people that she has been using. She don't want no new hairstylists, no new friends, no new nothing.
Hmm.
So she's
She
not
able
going
to
to.
trust them. She able to
Correct.
trust who she with.
Right. So she's not going to welcome this girl into her circle. Yeah, you got in, you snuck in with Tisha, but that makes Tisha look bad. It's like whatever happened was 4 years ago. And if y'all are trying to get over something, why are you still poking? And every time in Tisha's green screens, she shading Mel, or whenever she get a chance, she's shading Mel, or got something smart to say, or making a face, or whatever. It's just like, what is their game plan? Because if you're trying to run Melody off the show, she can technically leave the show and still be good. But if
Mm.
Melody leaves the show, she takes all of her fans with her. I
Of
mean, the
course. Mhm.
the ratings are already low, so if she leaves, they'll be lucky if 10,000 people watch, if Melody is not a part of the show or on the show. So whatever
Mhm.
they're planning is going to backfire. So
Do you realize that this girl started out with a lie when she was on that live with Arian? That's when Arian was just bashing a Melody all over the internet. And she was on that live, and underneath, the fans was coming after Arian, dogging Arian out. And so she can't say that she did not know about how far and how toxic that relationship was. Like she said, she thought Arian was remorseful, but she was right there on that live with all those people bashing Coleslaw for the way she was treating the ex-wife. So she's lying. She knew about all that drama.
well, Auntie Oma, she stuck her foot in her mouth trying to say dates, because there's a date that's going around where her and Coleslaw, it was August the 21st. Her and Coleslaw were at a comedy show, and Coleslaw posted it at the comedy show with my boo. That was August 21st. She said
Oh.
that she only it's on Sensibility Speaks page. That was
Mhm.
2021. So
Mhm.
she's on there. Coleslaw posted it with and tagged her, and the girl reposted it. So both of the pictures are there, and she acknowledged it. So she's saying that she barely knew her. The girl reached out to her. Of all the people in Huntsville, why would Ariane reach out to her? Why would she reach out and cleave to Ariane? So I'm not buying anything that she's saying. I think that they have a pact for her to get in good with Tisha and do Tisha's hair, do Wanda's hair to get in, and Tisha put her right there in front of Melody. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
mean, whoop de
You,
doo. Would you get a
yeah,
cookie for that?
yeah. You remember when Tisha went on interview? I forgot who it was, but she said that Melody was trying to play some lady to come on to say that she was that some lady was dating her husband.
Right. Yeah,
So
I remember that.
yeah, I'm thinking this is the get back. I'm gonna bring a
Right,
friend of your mistress up there.
but that was 4 years ago, and they have since went on live. Years ago when the show first started, Marceau, Tisha, and the thank you, and the young lady had all went on live together, and he said that they weren't together. So, and then they left it alone. But conveniently at the end of that live, I'll just say allegedly to be cute, as Carmel Red
Hello, hello.
people to call you.
There
He
you
did
go.
that on the end of that live. So if Tisha wants to be naive, let her be naive, but leave Melody alone. That's all I think about it. So,
So
I
every
don't
go
go
on.
ahead. No, no,
I
no,
was just
go ahead.
I was just gonna say before I forget, everybody find that on change.org and sign that petition to get Carlos and the Scots out. They got Latifah one around for Latifah right now.
I've
Yeah.
signed all three.
Yeah.
I've signed all three.
Who is the
I
third
just
person?
Well, it was one. Remember when it was Martell,
Oh yeah,
and
Martell.
then
Yeah.
it was Carlos, and then the one for Latifa. Latifa.
Hmm.
But yeah, I just still don't understand what the end game is. Yeah, you snuck her on and put her by Melody, but at this point, that's doing nothing for her. This is Melody's show, and 85% of the people that's watching support Melody. Hence the reason why that fake what is it? What is it that Tisha them and Marceau, that foundation that they running? They got two
Oh
hundred
yeah.
dollars.
Oh yeah.
It's
Let me
something
put
up a month. They only got $200. I mean,
I gotta
that's
put that up. Let me see what this
that
I
goes to show you
yeah.
that it does not pay to go against Melody. And it ain't even about the millimeters. It's just we see that you're not doing good business. We have eyes. So nobody is going to support or donate money to you when you have all of these lawsuits, when you're not being forthcoming about everything that you have going on. And you're sitting on here bringing on the mistress's friend. I mean, come on, the people might take their money back, and it's gonna backfire on the girl because now nobody's gonna do business with her. You see how it backfired on Stormy.
Man,
And I
I
mean,
just
I'm not wishing bad on their businesses or anything, but it's a way you do everything, and the way that they're doing it is deceitful and dishonest. So I mean, I'm not supporting it.
they were charging. I was trying to find it. I had downloaded where teaching them on that foundation, all that money they charging for tickets. They charging and they're expensive tickets too. I don't know what you're gonna get out the deal, but yeah, they charging for it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
neither do I. But I'm looking now under all of Destiny's comments. It's a lot of people cursing her out, asking for their candles or their money back,
Wow.
and she has not delivered on anything either. So I guess that's what the running consensus is amongst that group of friends is that you spend your money with them in advance and you're not going to get anything. You might as well just throw that money out the window.
Well, when I was had my Sunday dinner, all my daughters came down from Georgia. I got three daughters. I don't have no sons. But they friends and all their friends was over at the dinner, and one girl was we were watching Love and Marriage Huntsville, and she says, "Oh wow!" She said, "Do you know that girl? She's still on Love and Marriage Huntsville on that hair shop." She said that's fake. She said she only opened up their hair shop to film in. She said because there's never open. That's a fake hair shop. I said we figured that out. She didn't
Yeah,
know that.
because she
Mhm.
did that. She did that to compete with Melody and to appear like she was a businesswoman.
Yeah.
But I mean, you
Mhm.
actually have to do business to make appearance as a businesswoman. Stormy's mom made a joke about Melody packaging and doing her business from her home. Melody has made $32,000 in the first week. Stormy hasn't grossed that much in like a month, I believe, that the last thing that she posted, and it's going down. So, I mean, which one would you want to do? I'd rather make, a higher percentage of the income to keep for myself and my profit than just to say, oh, well, I got stuff in Target and I got stuff in Walmart, of which I went to Target and Walmart here in Orlando, Florida, and I have yet to see Stormy's products. I see the Mealy stuff all the time, but I haven't seen anything for Stormy in Target or Walmart here in Orlando, Florida. So maybe she's just in special locations.
Well, that tie into my earlier Black History thing, the Willie Lynch syndrome that Miss Betty is undergoing because we don't think that there's no value in what we do unless, even when it comes to business,
Hmm.
unless our slave master children is involved. Now,
Yeah, it
what?
has to be a brand name. Well, I'd
Yeah.
rather have, Mel's brand is a brand name.
Mhm.
It, and I'd rather support that business than
Yeah,
whatever else that they're doing. And I know they say, well, you don't want to bash a black business, but at the end of the day, she is her brand. And whenever she shows herself on TV, she is always cursing, yelling, doing bad business. The millimeters or Melody don't have to hurt her business. She does it on her own. And
yeah.
whatever she doesn't do, her mom does it.
Her mom do too.
So they're
And
sabotaging each other.
yes, and that is a very intelligent move that Mel is doing, right? Because she don't
Hmm.
have all that overhead, all them charges for using a warehouse or whatever. That third party, she don't have to give a third party no money. Yeah.
Right. So, like I said,
No.
now go
I'm
ahead and
listening.
take your call.
No, I'll take it
Okay.
away. I
Well,
thought it was
well,
okay.
well. Again, like I said, I like to always give you your flowers and give respect where respect is due, because had
Mhm.
not it been for you with the boots on the ground and actually uncovering the shady business givings that they're doing, they could portray themselves as anything online. You know, they walking around in suits and they look like they're running business, but they're all kind of not doing anything but starring on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
That's it. That's it. No, nothing. I mean, this. I've been here. I moved here from by way of Detroit and Cleveland in 1970 something. That's how long I've been down this way in Huntsville. Now my roots come from Bessemer, Alabama. I know every bit of Bessemer too, because that's where my family is from, Bessemer,
Hmm.
Alabama. I left Bessemer when I was in the third grade and
Well,
never
that's why
looked.
they are. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
I
to
was
cut you off.
finished. I never looked back. I'm so glad my mama. We left Bessemer and moved to Detroit. We were back and forth between Detroit and Bessemer, and I was so glad that I was exposed to a different world. It makes you broad minded. You're just not enclosed into like one are not broad minded. All she know is it's that little south, that little hick town back there. Ain't nothing in there but woods.
Well,
Back
apparently that's Hollywood to them, and Huntsville got to be New York City to Bessemer people, and as
yeah,
long as they feel like Tisha has made it, Wanda's like, oh, they the ATMs, they did this, they did that, but like I
yeah.
said, you only got $200 of donations. Where the T Squad at? Where the people at that believe in you, that support you? Melody has sold out everything that she's put out because not only do we support her financially as well. We don't just be in the comments talking. We also go to the bank and support her, in her business endeavors. So that's the difference. And I know how the Bible says, a tree by the fruit that it bears.
Hmm.
And none of that cast is bearing any good fruit. I mean, not none. The only one who is Melody, and she is the only one that is thriving and using her platform to propel herself in business. The rest of them are not doing that. They're so busy focusing on watching her moves.
Watching Mel and trying to make her feel bad about making money and being successful.
Hmm.
Yeah. Miss
So,
Edith. Miss Edith, I consider Cleveland my hometown because that's what I knew. That's where I grew up at. I'm just talking to Miss Edith. She put a thing
oh
up
no,
there.
you're
She
no,
was
you're fine.
from Cleveland. Yeah.
This is Miss Auntie Oma.
Hmm.
This is your channel. If you want to interrupt and say whatever, this is your channel. The people are here to see you. They're not here to hear me say nothing. I just jumped up because I was like, wait a minute, she said pretty brown eyes, but like,
Yeah,
nah,
I
I'm
saw
not I'm
that.
not that I'm not that pretty brown eyes. It's somebody else, but she puts a number behind her name, and whenever we're in the same place, she'll block me so I can't see whatever she's writing, which I don't understand that either.
Hmm.
So it's all good because
It's
I'm not a blogger. I do artwork and, novelty gifts for D9 or NFL teams and, things like that. So I'm a freelance artist.
oh wow.
So yeah, but I'm also, like I said, I'm at work because by day
Mhm.
I'm an engineer, so I do need to get my butt off of this and just be in the chat listening. But I know you always want people to come up and talk with you, and I never got a chance to just let you know that I do appreciate you and everything that you do, and I'm glad you're not letting them run you off the internet. So
Okay, thank
keep
you
up the
very
good work.
much.
And
Thank
if
you.
I see them anywhere talking about you, I'm always windmilling for you a mail. So they
All
can't
right.
talk about you around me in the comments. All right,
Thanks.
you have a blessed day. I'll just go back in the chat.
Okay, and on
All
that
right.
note, I'm gonna shout out to everybody. I'm gonna get ready to go. I'm shout out to everybody. Oh, who is this that you just coming on? Sexy Mama at 60. Was that her? No, that is my sexy mom. No, that's sexy goddess BA. Okay, I'm satisfied with my order from 7th Avenue. Yes. So I was gonna say about the young lady. She was accusing Tay of talking about her children, which I know she took offense to it. But you hanging out with Wanda and Tisha, and they have drug melody children all over the internet, season after season, young lady. So I mean, just like you appalled that someone had their name on your daughter mouth, you should be appalled with how they drew up Sugar Mama and the rest of Melody kids all over the internet. So I'm going to shout out everybody, and then I'm going. Don't forget, y'all, send my cash app. I got to go to Birmingham. I need some gas money to get to Birmingham. My brother is having a procedure. I was hoping they could do it here, but they said I have to travel to Birmingham for that procedure. I just need a little bit of gas money. Thank Miss Eda. She sent me something. And who is this right here? I'm finna say goodbye. I'm gonna call you back. I'm on live. I'll call you back in 10 minutes. Okay, Miss Gemini. Hello. I'm trying to see who this is. Who are you? Oh, Nas, no millimeter threatened her. Someone who's male hater are blaming millimeter. They blame us for everything. Anything go down, it's the millimeter or male. Gemini 1958. Hello, Shirley Ann. Michael Bird said, did she forget that she mentioned when she got to Huntsville that Coleslaw and her met up? And then there's Miss Edith. And then there's Charmaine. Charmaine, I'm shouting out everybody. I thank y'all so much. Y'all remember, you guys teach your children about name brand, right? Charmaine said they talk. Let me see what Charmaine is saying. Says thanks for the cash app, Marilyn. Turn up. Thank y'all gonna get me to Birmingham. I ain't gonna have to cancel that. I thought I was gonna have to cancel because I didn't have no gas money, y'all. They talked on live, says Charmaine. They hung up. Most likely they talked on the phone as well. They were building a friendship and she was new to an area. Of course, they were friends. It just sounds so suspicious. Why would you come from a big city like Detroit to come down here to this little bitty town and think that you're gonna be better off down here? I don't get it. But anyway, you guys, remember she kept saying that she was friends with Arian until Arian asked her a question. Well, I don't know, but they're saying allegedly that Arian wanted a threesome. Arian wanted a threesome. Now, y'all, you know what? And that's what they're saying. I don't know. This is allegedly. But I bet, Martel, all he talks about is Aryan sex. He'll never talk about she's cute, she's beautiful. He don't talk about her talent. He don't say nothing about sex. So she will show him a good time, bring other women in bed just to please Martel. Yeah, Charmaine, that's what they say it is. So now we went from black excellence to bringing strippers on, y'all. I got 5 minutes left. The computer getting ready to shut down, y'all. I gotta go. The real Nikki says she's married for 16 years. What's she doing hanging out with Coleslaw? Janet said, you knew, Tisha knew. Get Karsen off the show. Hey, in potential, just my opinion. Deshonda Jones, Charmaine. Hey, Miss Reese. Miss Eda, just my opinion. Hello, Nas Thomas and Deshonda Jones, Michael Bird, Barbara Reed, Nas Thomas. Oh, thanks for the cash app, Elizabeth. Y'all gonna get me there, ain't y'all? Y'all ain't gotta cancel my Birmingham appointment with my brother. Taking Jay, and she follow everybody but Tisha and my soul, but she's cool with Tisha that do her hair. Marshawn hit me. Scorpio MZ. Now, if it shut down, that's called it's finna shut. I better shut it down because I don't want to lose this, y'all. Anybody else? The real Nikki, May, Jen S. Anybody I missed? I love you. Thank everybody for the cash app, and thank if any video creators in here, I thank you. On that note, I'm finna go. Said that I got 1% remaining. Bye, y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all.